Good morning, Ram fam, and welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Spark, where I hopefully can give you a little training inspiration for your Saturday morning meeting. January, it's come and gone, and if you've done nothing to improve the performance of yourself, your team, and your store, if your January results were just not acceptable to you, then wake up. Watch the last 4 Sparks. Reach out to me. You need to get started now. You are behind the 8 ball. If you aren't sharpening the saw of yourself and your team for this changing market now, like 2 weeks ago now, you are gonna be left in your competitors' dust because they have been doing this since before the year started. Inventory is building back. Customers have more options, and managers, I'm watching you still go 3-4 pencils deep, and you're not getting off your butt for the close. I've been to 6 dealer groups in the last 8 weeks. This needs to end. You're murdering deals with these multiple pencils, and it's time to get up and close. Listen, you're the best closer in the showroom. We all know it. So why are you allowing your salesperson to play this $5 ping pong? Why? Do you think the customer came to your store to play ping pong with you? Try saying that 3 times fast. Trust me, they're good. The customer keeps kicking the pencil back to you. Why? Because they can. You are allowing it. That's why it's happening. You need to stop it, and the only person who can do that is you. Okay, no more than 2 pencils. Let's go. This is how we do it. First and foremost, we're doing Allen. We're walking and talking all over the showroom. We're on the lot, everywhere, in service. I don't care. The only reason you're sitting at that desk is to write a quote. That's the new policy. So we're walking and talking. We saw the Great House family out on the lot. We said hi to everybody. We even talked a little football because their son had a Chiefs hat on. When they go out on that test drive, that's when you sit at the desk. That's when you pencil the deal based on the vehicle the customer is driving, the interview performed by the salesperson, the original lead submitted, and the trade appraisal. The customer returns from the test drive all pumped up. The salesperson grabs some bottles of water, the pencil off, and off to the customer they go. Of course, the salesperson's coming back with another offer, or maybe just a restructure of a few items. Who knows? But now you know where the customer is heading, their concerns, and their end game. Now it's time for the best closer in the showroom to step in and show the team how it's done. Your team's built value in your dealership and your vehicle. You already broke the ice by introducing yourself early in the process, and now you're closing the deal, ensuring a professional sales process that doesn't involve $5 ping pong. And if you want to hold gross as we pivot back to the volume market, as Alan taught, early and often intervention is the key to success here. Listen, get out there and crush it today. Stop growing those roots at the desk. We're closing deals. I'll see you next week. Good morning, Ram fam, and welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Spark, where I hopefully can give you a little training inspiration for your Saturday morning meeting. I'm coming to you outside from the Daytona International Speedway. Why? Well, I'm here and I can, but really what I need to do is send you a message. Managers, I need all of you to start moving with speed and control. I need you to pick up your pace of holding your team accountable, just like the leaders at this track are going to do next week. You know me, I am always listening to calls and I have your back, but you need to start doing the same now and stop with this nonsense of I'm too busy. Frankly, managers, it's your job and you need to make time for it. And even worse, the making the I have no time excuse only causes your staff to use it on you, just like your kids do. It's enough already. I hear your sales teams getting on the phone with potential shoppers and they're winging it. They have no control. It needs to end. Are you okay with this? Because it's your money and you're allowing them to mess with it. So what are you looking for? You're looking for control. Here are 2 examples of objection handling by staying in control: interest rates and price. When it comes to price, this isn't a time to stammer around and hunt for words. It's time to be confident and take control. Move the customer through your process. Mr. Customer, thanks for asking about price and payment. There are 2 ways that can affect that. The first, of course, is to lowering the sales price, and we're going to do that for all we can from that aspect. The second way is by getting you more money for your trade and lowering the bottom line difference between the two. This is where you jump into the hook. By the way, are you currently a Ford owner yourself? Enroll with the hook. This is it. If you already know their trade, then jump into, as you know, pre-owned vehicles are still in high demand. And for that reason, our appraiser tends to pay more, sometimes a lot more for vehicles just like yours. Hey, when was the last time you had your car appraised? When the customer pushes back on price, your sales staff needs to take control of the conversation and reel them in. As for interest rates, ma'am, here at Ram Motors, we have the best finance managers around. They have built relationships with our lending partners over the years, and it's their job to get you the best rate possible. Since conversations of this nature need to happen here in person to protect your personal information and properly, I can make an appointment with one of our finance managers for you to discuss your specific interest rate concerns for this vehicle. When would be a good time for you two to get together? As a matter of fact, hey, what are you doing right now? Boom, it's that simple. Stop going down rabbit holes with all of these issues, especially interest rates. Managers, start listening to calls today. All these objections, word tracks, etc. are in the vault. Get in there. Simulate with your team. Start this morning. Hold your teams to the high standard of greatness that these people do. Hold them accountable for their words. It's the most powerful weapon a salesperson has. Get out there and crush it. Take control of your team and your money. I'll see you next week. Good morning, Ram fam, and welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Spark, where I hopefully can give you a little trading inspiration for your Saturday morning meeting. Here I am in beautiful Savannah, Georgia, ladies and gentlemen. It's President's Day weekend, and we are going to crush it all weekend long. We can make it happen with the right attitude and a strong presence with each and every customer interaction. So let's get to it and make this holiday weekend one to remember. Confident communication controls the conversation. And the truth is, every conversation is a negotiation. It's a subtle test of power between you and the customer. Even if it goes unnoticed, you can either display your control and receive the trust and respect that comes with that, or you can be an order taker, mindlessly answering every question the customer asks, frankly weakening your worth and not even helping your customer. This program is based on having control of the conversation to build trust with the customer so they willingly hand control over to you, creating a smoother, more enjoyable process for the customer and loyal customers for you. So let's put this all together. We start this process by getting excited with the customer right off the bat. You picked a great time to call us. Remember, the customer isn't so confident. They put some research in. They need some pat on the back. You're calling the right place. I'm excited for you. Let's go on this journey together. Next, I need control, and you're going to give it to me, Mr. Customer. With your permission, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions regarding the vehicle you're considering. That way, you'll know we're both talking about the same vehicle. Would that be okay? Come on. Who's saying no to this? Now you have the customer in the habit of saying yes. And we finally wrap this whole conversation up with a Texas yes. I'm going to pull a couple cars that I think are going to be exactly what you were looking for, and I'll get them clean gas and ready to go so you can have a great test drive when you're here. By letting the customer know that I'm going to put in this work for you. I'm going to take control of this conversation and move you through a process. This turns a show into a guarantee show, or at least they're going to call and let you know they're running a little late. You've earned that respect. So stay in control, sell that sizzle, and let the customer know you're putting in work before they even arrive. This breeds happy customers, more willing to say yes because they trust and respect you. First big holiday weekend of the year, get out there and crush it. I expect to hear some big numbers. Go get them. Good morning, Ram fam, and welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Spark, where I hopefully can give you a little training inspiration for your Saturday morning meeting. All right, so from what I heard, dealers all over the country, President's Weekend, knockout success. That momentum's rolling right through this week, so we got to keep this momentum going right into a killer close. So, you know how we conduct end of the month meetings. We keep them positive and we focus on what's going to help you sell a few more cars between now and the close that you just didn't plan on. This month, we're focusing on ending those multiple pencils. It's over, gentlemen and ladies. It's done. First pencil, second pencil, you get in. Next, crush those objections. We worked on interest rate and price. And finally, the only way you get everything you want out of a sale is to have confident communication that's going to keep you in control. Customer control is the key to everything, and you have to have that control through the entire process, from the moment they reach out to your dealership to the time they drive off in their new vehicle, through selling their referrals and right back into their next. That's the control you want, so you got to take it now, today. We're taking control from first contact. You know what we're going to do with the pack. That's right off the bat, before the customer gets any questions out. With your permission, I'd like to ask you a couple questions. That way, you'll know we're both talking about the same vehicle. Would that be okay with you? Done. Control over the phone or the internet is established. Next, we have to confidently handle questions or objections that the customer is having, but with one objective: to get them in the showroom. We're not selling cars over the phone. Alan told us the goal of every communication: get them in the store. So let's say they have an interest rate objection. Excellent. We have the best F&I managers in the business, and it's their job to get you the best rate possible. When would be a good time for you two to get together? As a matter of fact, what are you doing right now? Done. Now it's established there. Now when they come into the showroom, have you prepared for their visit before they come in? I know they didn't call you from the parking lot and just walk right in the door. So did you pull a couple of vehicles they mentioned in the conversation with you or the BDC? Did you give the managers a heads up, maybe some of the things that they might be looking for or what's important to them? Whatever the customer might have mentioned. Do you even just simply put a couple bottles of water out on your desk? You need to prepare to be in control. You have to be prepared, confident, and have a game plan for every customer every single time. Put your game plan now together this morning. Every experience should follow this game plan that you laid out. It's your road to the sale. Don't get creative on it. The only time you need to get creative is if it deviates from the plan. What are we going to do to pull them right back in? Stay in control from start to finish in every interaction. I guarantee you'll be selling 1 to 2 more cars before this month closes. Get out there, keep the holiday momentum going, crush this close. I'll see you next week.